Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be doing a not review. It's not a review. I can't review this book, but I'm going to be talking about the book that's on the floor. I'm going to be talking about The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. This book is way too hard to review because I can't even form thoughts on it. I cannot put my thoughts into words correctly to tell you what I feel about this book, but I can just talk about it and see where that goes. So maybe I can talk about my thoughts a little bit and the aspects of the story and things like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Just more information on this book because I feel like it's a little bit of a hidden gem. It is really good. Okay, this book is about a handful of characters and they live in this world that I don't really know much about because Joe Abercrombie is a subtle world builder. He's not a very strong world builder, so I don't really know much about it besides that one of the main characters is a Northman. One of the main characters is a spoiled rich guy that's learning how to be a professional fencer in the empire of this world. And the Northmen, okay, so here, let me explain this really quick. This is hard to explain, I'm telling you. So you have the empire here, and the empire controls all of the land on the outside as well, all of this land. And then, this is just my thoughts because there's not a map yet, so I don't know if there ever is going to be a map, so I can't really put my thoughts into words. But then, in the north, up here, up in this area that you can't see because this is a 3D map and you can't see my thoughts, but up here there are some lower regions that are controlled by the empire, and then there are these higher regions that just go on, and there's mountains up this way and it's just like really crazy, and there's just like these really savage beings almost like Vikings, and they just live up there and they're really large and really big and really weird, and they don't know much about anything. They're just like savages, and so they live up there. They want control of all of their land up here, up to where the empire starts, which is just like across this little thing, and so they want all of this land, but the empire has promised those people that own that land that they will protect them if the Northmen come down. So we start the story out where this conflict is going on, and it's almost like a war conflict, but it's not a war yet, but it's turning into there. So we have Logan, and he is a Northman, and he fights for the North King, who is a bad guy, and Logan does not really want to work for him anymore, and he's just like a really bad guy. Like, he's done really bad things in his life, and when we find him, he's maybe a little bit reformed, not too much, but maybe a little bit. He's changing his mind about a lot of things that he's a lot of things that he's done, and so we find Logan, and then we have, like I said, Jezzel is the other guy, and Captain Jezzel, and he's a nobleman, like I said, and he is very spoiled and selfish and just not a very good person, and he is just really awful. I'm just telling you, all these characters are awful. But Jezzel is trying to learn how to fence, and he wants to be this professional fencer. I think he's gonna be like the King's champion fencer or something like that, and so he has to learn how to fence, and that's him, and he doesn't want to learn how. He's really lazy. He does not want to be a professional fencer, but that's just what the king has told him that he has to do. You have Inquisitor Glokta, and Inquisitor Glokta used to be in the army, in the captain's guard, blah blah blah. He used to be in the military, and he used to be a really good military person, but then he gets captured, and he gets tortured really bad, and so now he has a limp, and he has like only a few teeth in his mouth because they would pluck out his teeth every other one, so he has a few teeth in his mouth, so he kind of slurs his words, and he can't eat food, and he's like this hideous monster. He's got scars on his face, he doesn't have any hair, and he limps, and but he is such a great inquisitor because he was tortured for so long, 2 years I think, and so he knows all their tricks and everything, so he kind of tortures people to get their things out of them, their confessions out of them, and he is also a very bad guy, very bad guy. He is lovable in some redeeming way that is not really explained. You just all of a sudden feel for him and you want to love on him, and it's really weird and awkward because he doesn't have any teeth. Okay. Then you have Bayaz, and Bayaz is a magi, or he's basically a magician, or their version of a wizard is basically what he is, and he is just this really awesome character that we don't really know too much about, and Logan had to go find him in like at the beginning of the story, and so you go on this journey with Logan to find him, and then you find him and he's just like really awesome. He's really cool, and he's really powerful, and he is supposed to be in the Empire, and he is supposed to have a seat on the council in the Empire, and so that's kind of his storyline about going to the Empire and telling them he is Bayaz and he's the one who helped created the Empire, so now let him get his 2 cents in, and then all the people in the Empire are like, what? and yeah, it's really bad. That's pretty much all the characters that you have. You have a few secondary characters that have a point of view, but they're not that important, and you have, each character has their own storyline, and it kind of meets in the end, but not too much. Not like clearly or anything like that. This book is very vague. It's like a bunch of stories in one book. It's like a bunch of different people's stories in one book, and you're reading from their points of views as you go along. So you're learning about their stories very slowly, and you're learning about what they're doing in the present very slowly, and you don't have a lot of ideas for what the world is like, what the Empire is like, what the Northmen are like. It's just all these things that are thrown at you, and you kind of just have to make up your own mind to it. I didn't even get any of the atmosphere in this book. I really don't have any atmosphere besides I think it's in Renaissance time, or maybe like Viking time, I don't know, somewhere around there. Like maybe even Roman time, I don't know. See, it's just so many different ways it could go, and I'm really excited to pick up the rest of the books in this series. Lindsay and I read this together, and we both really enjoyed it, but said pretty similar things about it, and her favorite character was Glokta. He's got a lot of psychological problems and a lot of intrigue in that way, and she really likes that, so that was her favorite character. And my favorite character was Logan, who is a little more redeemable. He's more of like the soldier who went bad, who wants to go good kind of character, and so that just follows like who I like. Those are the characters that I enjoy reading from, so that's kind of our little insight on it. And yeah, it's just pretty much a fun read. It's really funny. There's some really funny parts in here. It's really interesting, and it's just really crazy. You don't want to put it down because you're like, where is this gonna go? What is this? So yeah, I really did like it. There are some things, I gave it 4.5 stars or 4 stars, I think, because Joe Abercrombie has such a poetic way of writing. He is very poetic in his writing, and it's really awesome. So if you have a chance to pick up his books, I highly recommend them. But I feel like the way he was writing, I could follow it, but sometimes I would get into these like descriptions or things, and they just kind of fall to the wayside, and I felt like I wasn't grasping them how I should have. And I don't know if that's necessarily his fault or my fault or whatever, but I felt like I wasn't grasping the things that I needed throughout the whole story, and so that's kind of like it was either that or I just felt like they weren't needed, and so I don't know. That's why I'm saying like I don't think they were needed, or I wasn't grasping them the right way, so I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this book. I really did enjoy it. Highly recommend it. It's really crazy. Let us finish the series first before I recommend the whole series, because if it ends up where it doesn't really go anywhere, I feel like it could be kind of annoying. But as it stands now, I really do enjoy it, and I would recommend it. So okay. I just filmed that review and it's in the background. Steelheart, get out of here. Get out of here, Steelheart. Get out of here. Okay, sorry for Steelheart peeking in the background. Alright, so that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to pick up the Blade itself, or if you have read it, please let me know down below, because I'm curious to see your thoughts on it. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that on my thoughts on it, because I don't think they were really that clear, but you can't really be clear with a book that's unclear either, so that's unclear as well, so yeah. Alright, that is it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!